Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Disney Dining Show, coming to you from Disney's Grand Floridian at Citricos restaurant. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined this week by my good friends, John Sicari and Erica Resnick. And it's been a while since we've done a review of Citricos, so I'm excited to do that. But before we get to that, just a reminder, this show, along with all the content we produce, brought to you by DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. If you like our content, you want to show your support, please book your next Disney vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel.
For my appetizer, I ordered the wild mushroom arancini, and it comes with a truffle aioli, watercress, and a champagne vinaigrette. It is $16. Is it also a plant-based option here? And it was delicious. It is these little fried balls, almost looks like fried mac and cheese, but it's not. And it was delicious. That truffle aioli was out of this world, okay? When I took my first bite, I literally feel transported to somewhere else. There is so much flavor. If you don't like mushrooms, avoid it, because that mushroom flavor is heavy, but I love mushrooms, so it's a win for me. I really enjoyed this.
All right, so there were multiple things on the menu I wanted to try, so I ordered a couple of appetizers. The first one I ordered was the Berkshire pork belly. It comes with a plantain croquette, and salsa verde, and jicama, and that was $18. And I also ordered the sweet corn bisque with pickled fennel, popcorn, and fennel oil for $15. Let me start with the Berkshire pork belly. Those of you who watched my review of what used to be the Wave restaurant over in the Contemporary, and they had their bacon and eggs, which was a maple glazed pork belly, that I still think is the best one on property. And that's the standard by which I compare any pork belly I have. Flying Fish comes in a very close second, may even surpass it. This one is not in the running. This pork belly was so bland. There's no sauce, there's no seasoning, there's nothing. It's just the pork belly, and the flavor of the pork belly just isn't strong enough to carry it. So the plantain croquette was incredible. It was fantastic. It was better than the pork belly. So I really can't recommend that dish. And it breaks my heart because I love pork belly. Now, then we come to the sweet corn bisque. That was $15. And this dish, I don't want to be too effusive, but this dish was made by Jesus. If you like cream corn, this is a dish for you. I love cream corn. So it's a nice, hearty but not too thick soup. Very sweet corn flavor, hence sweet corn bisque. The pickled fennel throws it off for me. I got a couple of bites of the soup with the pickled fennel, and I'm getting, I get the juxtaposition of sweet and sour, because it's, like sauerkraut almost, the fennel. Tastes almost like sauerkraut. So I get what they're going for, I just didn't like it. So I have a pile of fennel sitting here amidst what's left of my soup. This soup was absolutely superb. I also took a bite of that arancini. And I'm going to tell you, I've had arancini all over the world. That is the best arancini I've ever tasted. It is the best arancini I've ever tasted. It's one of the best dishes you can get over at El Molino at the Swan. And they do a wonderful job with it. This blows it out of the water. This absolutely blows it out of the water. I'm really impressed with it.
So I really didn't know what to expect. I did order the sweet corn bisque soup that Pete said, and what was the price of that? It was 15? 15. And it comes where you see the popcorn and you see the fennel, and then they come and they pour the soup in it. I had an audible gasp of, oh my God, the flavor was just corny. And excuse the blood spot in my eye, I'm at an age where I sneeze now, my eye explodes. But no, the flavor was such a deep, delicious corn flavor. I almost finished it. I also didn't like the fennel. It was like having sauerkraut in the corner of this delicious soup, so I probably wouldn't do that. But even when you eat the popcorn in the soup, it was amazing. Tasted the arancini, loved it. I don't know, if you didn't like mushrooms, I don't know that you would, it was a deep mushroom flavor, but you don't really see them that much, so I think you could try it. If you like mushroom flavor but don't want to see the mushrooms, you're okay. Crispy, delicious, hearty, not overly salted. It's more flavor than just salt. It was great. The pork belly, okay, I don't know why, but for me, when I've tasted Pete orders pork belly, it's usually like bacon to me. This was like a pork chop, so it wouldn't even register as pork belly to me. I thought it was good as a pork chop, and the croquet next to it was delicious. So far, these appetizers have me thinking this restaurant is some serious deal.
I'm going to make a bold statement. I think I have finally had the best meal I've ever had at Walt Disney World. I ordered the house-made rigatoni. It is a vegan option here, and you would think maybe this is weird. It has a vegan egg yolk. No, don't turn your eye. It is so good, okay? In that egg yolk, it is just
Did you get that?
He's poking at it. He's loving it, okay? But the egg...
That's right.
This is good. Oh, it's on the floor now.
But the egg yolk is actually made out of a yellow tomato, okay? So it's like sweet but kind of savory at the same time. So just poke it and let it go into the bowl, all right? The red sauce is the best red sauce I've ever had in my life. Several people at the table have tried it and can say that it feels like there's meat in it. There is not. It is just made the most amazing way possible. And there's a lot of nice fresh vegetables in here, like corn, zucchini. You get all of that. All of that. It is $36, okay? A lot of food. I'm going to take it home. This is 2 meals, all right? But I have to say, I had a conversation. I said, some places I feel like the vegan meals are just looked over, and they're like copy and pasted at some places. Here, it was like they just sat down, they took a moment, and really created a dish that is just amazing. I would come back here 1,000,000 times for this dish. Like, I can't wait to go heat this up later tonight for a midnight snack and finish eating it, because it was just so good. If you're coming here and you're like, I don't know about vegan food, just try this. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So I had not been here before. For some reason, Citricos is off my radar. I end up at the Grand Floridian Cafe or somewhere else. It's on my radar. When I tell you, I've audibly went for some of the flavors that I had that I just didn't expect it to be that good. Starting with my entree, I mean, you already heard about the soup. I do like a well-done filet mignon, and sometimes the kitchens will say, filet mignon, well done, we're going to kill you. They did this so delicious. It is very well done the way I like it. It is tender, it is delicious. It's the best filet mignon I've ever had. Better than Gico, better than Yachtsman Steakhouse. Maybe not, probably on par with Palo on the Disney Cruise Line, but it was fantastic. I did taste Erica's vegan dish. Forget that it's vegan. They didn't have to put that it's vegan. That red sauce tasted like there was beef in it. It was a bolognese that was fantastic. The cauliflower too. Yeah. We also. So my dish, the one that I had, which was the filet mignon, was $56. It's worth it. I would come back and pay the $56 to have that once in a while. We did get 2 side dishes. Wasn't so thrilled with them. One was a roasted cauliflower. It's actually good, but it's a little spicy. The other was a macaroni and cheese, a lot of truffle flavor. If you like truffle oil and truffle flavor, you'll love it. To me, and I think even to Pete, it was too much truffle. But wow, the whole meal, I can't, just starting from the soup and then Erica's dish, and I did taste Pete's too. I can't wait to come back. So this is now on my radar. And I feel like I did myself a disservice by not coming here before.
So I got a lot to say. It's all good. It's all good. But I got a lot to say. I ordered I think I get ready for this. I ordered the guava barbecued short ribs with aged cheddar creamy grits, roasted poblano, curtido slaw, and Brussels sprouts. It was $52. Let me just start with the short ribs. Cooked perfectly. This guava barbecue sauce on top of it. My only complaint, there wasn't more. There wasn't more of the barbecue sauce. You could just give me a bowl of this barbecue sauce and a straw, and I'm gonna be happy. Absolutely delicious. Best short ribs I've had in a very, very long time. And this is kind of what, like I said, the short rib by itself stands on its own. It was a quality piece of meat, very, very tender, flavorful. That guava barbecue sauce just takes it to a whole nother level. It's kind of what the pork belly needs. And for that matter, here's a suggestion, Chef Andy. Throw the guava barbecue on the pork belly. The cheddar grits were amazing. Just the perfect flavor profile, perfect blend of flavor. That cheddar wasn't overly strong, because sometimes when you go cheddar, it can get sharp. It can be overwhelming. This wasn't. This was really understated but delicious, and all the flavors on the plate worked together. We were just at Gico, and Gico does this chocolate red wine reduction sauce for their filet mignon. That is, talk about getting a bucket and a straw. This reduction sauce, I got to find out what's in it, because this was even better. This was even better. And really impressed, because I had to taste everybody's stuff. When I get a filet mignon done, I'll do it medium, because I don't believe in destroying a perfectly good piece of beef. That they managed to cook that well done as it is, and it's well done. And it was not dry. It had a great consistency to it. They really know what the hell they're doing in the kitchen. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. My mother gets well done steak all the time, and even at the best steakhouses, it is so easy to mess that up. And these guys nailed it. The mashed potatoes on John's plate needed nothing. They stood on their own. If I've mentioned this on other dining reviews, I tend to use a lot of salt. I'm a salt guy. I have a sodium deficiency. So I tend to salt things. I've been trying to get better about it. It never occurred to me until a few minutes ago that I never felt the need, and it wasn't that this was overly salty. Just everything was seasoned so well. The only exception was that pork belly. But then I took a bite of what I didn't know at the time was a vegetarian rigatoni. What the actual hell?
You ordered one steak, huh?
It was so good. I ordered a second one to take with me because it's the best red sauce on property. And normally, if I see something is vegan, I avoid it like the plague. Ooh. But, and then looking at Erica's dish with the egg yolk that was made out of what?
Yellow tomato.
Yellow tomato. What really struck me, a lot of restaurants will add vegan items to their menu simply to say, we have vegan items on our menu. That was a level of artistry they didn't have to do. They didn't have to do, but if anything, it really appears to me that if anything is coming out of that kitchen, they want it. They want to elevate it. They want to elevate it to a level of artistry and attention to detail that makes this. You know, I talk about flying fish all the time. I love flying fish. I've said many, many times, I think flying fish is the best place on property, and it's wonderful. This is maybe the 4th or 5th meal I've had at Citricos in the last year. Every one better than the one before. They don't disappoint me. They don't disappoint me. There's a consistency to this restaurant that I have to say, I think Citricos is the best restaurant on Disney property. Especially after this meal, seeing what I saw, just the details. You know, look, this isn't cheap. You're gonna spend $100 a person without liquor. Nobody here is drinking. This is gonna be a $300-400 meal for 3 of us. Appetizer, main course, and then whatever we get for dessert. For that kind of money, you know, you want something special. And especially if you're gonna, I was thinking about this a few days ago. If you're gonna plan like a special event, anniversary, birthday, graduation, some celebration, you want that dinner to be special, and there's a certain level of trust that you put in the restaurant to deliver on that. When I see the detail coming out of that kitchen and just how good this food is, they earn that level of trust. This is a place you can trust. This is a place you can trust. Absolutely superb meal. Superb. I didn't expect anything else. I figured it would be good, but even they still managed to exceed my expectations, except the pork belly. Outside of that, this was absolutely amazing. Wonderful meal. You know, Panda just said something where he compared the steak he had to what he got on Palo on the Disney Cruise Line. And while the menu is very different here, Palo is Italian, this is not. Has some Italian, you know, the Rigatoni, things like that. I think it's really fair to say this. I think this is Palo's equivalent on Lent. I think this is, and I don't know that I've ever said that about another restaurant. Because Palo's pretty spectacular. That's a spectacular meal. I think this is Palo's equivalent on Lent. Okay, so for dessert, and I'm just gonna cover the desserts real quick. No sense going around. There were 4 desserts on the menu. We decided to order all of them along with some ice cream. An orange blossom flan for $13. Apple rose, served with warm seasonable apple, marzipan, raspberry jam, frozen coconut milk for $13. A blackberry tartelette at $12, and a chocolate torte at $14. And I'll be honest, desserts were okay. Some were better than others. The apple rose, which is the vegan option. I guess I'm turning vegan because all the vegan stuff tonight I absolutely loved. That was the best of the lot. I thought that the blackberry tartelette was a close second. That was quite good. The chocolate one had a lot of dark chocolate in it, and I'm not a dark chocolate guy. And flan, just can't do flan. I don't like the consistency. It's like eating phlegm, and when I hear flan, I think phlegm. So, and then the ice cream. You know, the ice cream was ice cream. It was good. But for this meal, we ordered a lot of extra food. So even though there's only 3 of us, we ate for 4. And as I suspected, the meal was $338.65 before tip. So a little over $100 per person for this. I would say for normal people, and again, we're not drinking, so no alcohol. That is without alcohol. So I would think, you know, $100 to $125 a person, really what you should expect coming here. Worth every penny. I was also pleasantly surprised that they give a 10% discount if you use the Chase Disney Visa card. So save $30 some odd with that. Overall, this meal was absolutely superb. I stand by what I said. I think, in my opinion, this is the best restaurant on Disney property. And that's it. There you have it. That's our review of Citricos at the Grand Floridian. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next time.